This is Drawing with Circles. We're going to use Scratch as a programmable drawing tool by integrating the pen tool blocks along with some basic math and geometry ideas. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the cat sprite by clicking on the scissors here and then right on that cat. And we're going to paint our own sprite. And since our sprite is just going to be our drawing tool moving around and leaving a path behind it, we need just a very simple sprite to use. So we're going to use the paintbrush tool, and I'll use a little bit larger brush here. And I'm just going to make a black dot for my sprite and click OK. Next, we're going to go to the pen tool blocks here in Scratch, and I'm just going to pull out 3 of our pen tools here, the clear, pen down, and pen up. And I'm not going to snap them together. I'm just going to be using these as buttons as I'm doing my programming to put the pen up and down, so whether the sprite will leave a path as it's going. So if the pen is up, it won't leave a line. Pen down will leave a line. And you can see this little indicator here as to whether the pen is up or down. And then clear will clear any drawings that I've already done. So we're going to start by making a program that just draws a line when I hit the green flag. So I'm going to go to the control blocks and pull out this when green flag is clicked. And then in the motion blocks, move a certain number of steps. And 10 is a pretty small distance, so I'm going to put 50 here. And let's try it out. When I click the green flag, my sprite moves and it leaves a little path behind it. I can add to that by adding a turn, and I'm going to say turn 120 degrees. So now when I click that green flag, it's drawing and then turning. If I click it again, you can see it drew at an angle, and again, that brings me back and draws a triangle. So I'm going to clear my drawing here, and I know a triangle has 3 sides. I had to click this 3 times to draw a full triangle. So I'm going to go to Controls and pull out a repeat and put it around this drawing and say I want to repeat that 3 times. So now when I click the green flag, it's drawing a complete triangle. Now I could make the triangle bigger by changing that to 50 steps to 100 steps, or bigger yet, because that's changing the length of the side of our triangle. And you can see now 150, that's a pretty good size triangle. I'm going to move my sprite back to the middle here just by clicking on it and dragging it over. And I'm going to hit the clear button to clear the drawings that we've already done. So if you've ever played with a spirograph, you can picture those sort of circular designs that it draws with your pen. And we're sort of going to treat Scratch in that way. So I have it drawing this one triangle already. I'm going to go into the Motion tab here, and I'm going to add a turn 15 degrees at the bottom of my triangle drawing. So now when I click the green flag, and again, it's drawing a slightly different triangle each time. And I'm going to count how many times it takes to go a full rotation around. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 24. Alright, so it took 24 times to rotate all the way around. So I want to draw that complete pattern just with one click of the flag. I'm going to go to Control, and I'm going to pull out another repeat here and put it around our whole drawing and say do that 24 times. So now if I clear our drawing and hit the green flag, we're drawing our full pattern here. And so from here we can really just tinker around and make changes to our script and change what sort of drawing and what sort of patterns it's drawing. So one thing you could do is you could change the shape that it's drawing. So I'm drawing a triangle now. If I wanted to draw a square, well, this repeat is how many sides the shape is drawing. So a square has 4 sides, so I'll change that to a 4. And then the angle is different on a square than on a triangle. I'm going to type in a 90 here and clear that drawing. So now when I hit the green flag, it's drawing squares and going around. And you can see it sort of bounced off the edge of my stage, so I might have to make the sides smaller on my square to get it to fit. If I go back down to that 50, and I'll go back to the middle here with our sprite, hit clear. Now you can see it's going all the way around. and drawing that circle. I notice I keep trying to recenter my sprite, and the center of my stage here is 0, 0. That's the coordinates. So if I go to motion here, I can say go to x of 0 and y of 0. And I can pull that out, and I can leave it up here, just like a button, like I've been using the other tools to do, so that I can return to the center every time. I can also pull these out and say go to the middle and clear my drawing every time I start. So now when I click the green flag, it's going to the middle and clearing my previous drawing automatically. So we can explore here. There's lots of different options in our pen tools. We can change the color and the shade and the size of our pen. We could change our pen color every time it draws a square, so that then when I click the green flag, we have sort of a rainbow going around our circle. We could have it jump around. One thing I like to do is put in a little bit of random so each drawing looks a little different. So to do that, I could go to back to this motion and take out another one of these go to x, y. And I'm going to switch to a small stage so we can see the programming here. I can pull out an operator and say go to a random x and a random y. And I know that the x goes from negative 240 all the way up to positive 240. So I want it to be able to go anywhere on the screen. So we'll go negative 240 up to a positive 240. And then the y goes from a negative 180 to a positive 180. So now, if I repeat this forever, it should jump around on the screen as it's drawing. So I'll go back to the bigger stage here and we'll try that out. That jumped around a little bit. Oh, that was a further jump. Again with a further jump. So now it's just sort of dancing around on the screen drawing the circles. So what sort of different variables do you want to work in? Or are there different elements in nature that you want to try and figure out the math to draw? You can search on the Scratch website for lots of different examples of this sort of drawing tool with Scratch. The possibilities are endless with this, and you should just have a good time exploring with different variables.